Java. And the first thing we're going to be doing just to get ourselves prepared for automation with Java is we're going to have to do the standard setup for it. So the first thing we're going to be doing is, and yes, if you've got any questions, once I've completed the process or the configuration, then, or in between while we're doing the configuration, if you have any questions, leave it on the chat, then we'll get to it at the ending of it. So for us to get our automation working in Java, we need 3 standard installation for it. So the first one is we're going to be installing Java. Second is we're going to be installing Maven. And the third is we're going to be installing one of the frameworks, which is called Intellij IDEA. So those are the 3 things we're going to be covering today. For you to install Java, the first thing you can do is, one, you can actually verify if you've got Java already installed on your computer. And for you to be able to do that, if you go right to the bottom of it, and you, obviously, because I've been using command prompt a lot, if you type in CMD, this is command prompt. If you open it up, and you type Java C-version, if you've got it installed, then you can see I've got 17.01 already installed. If you haven't, you won't have anything displayed. So once you don't have anything displayed, then what we need to do is download Java onto our system. So I'll send you this in the chat, the link for you to be able to download Java. So whoever can follow, they can do that right now. If not, then after the recording or the teaching, then you can obviously go back and then do that. So I'll just type in that URL for whoever wants to do it while I'm going ahead with my discussion on how to set up your framework. So that will be https://java/technologies/download So I've sent that to everyone in the chat if you want to go and install Java at the moment. So this is the first screen you see once you've clicked on that link, and then you click on next. So once you've installed that, what you then need to do is you need to go to advanced settings on your computer, and you click on your environment variables, and then you add your path or your variable name into your path. So I'll go through it on the slides as well, so you can see what I'm talking about. So once that has been downloaded, then this is where the location for the folder, that's where it's saved. Then the next thing is you go to the properties. And then you'll be able to see advanced system settings on there. You go to advanced and you can see your environment variables here. Your environment variables, you click new, then you can add the paths. The variable name, which is Java_homes, and then the path that you've saved your folder into, you paste that in, and you can see it here. Once that has been done, which is okay, you see it, which is highlighted there. Then you need to also set your path variable as well. For you to be able to do that, you go back to that location. But at this point in time, you need to include the bin right at the back of it. And that is what you need to copy. So we go to the path, which has been highlighted. You click on edit. And then right at the back of it, of your last, you can see the Java, %Java underscore home, %/bin. And then you click OK. So that means that your Java has been installed and the path has been set up in your environment variables. And for you to be able to confirm that that has been done, in your CMD, you type Java C /version, and for you to also see where it is actually saved in your environment variables, if you type where Java C, then you'll be able to see the path that you've got it saved into. So that's how you will be able to set up your Java. I'll just do the process itself now on what I just talked you through. So someone has just said, go through the slides again. So we're going through it right now. I'm going to be talking you through to what I just showed in the slide. So the first thing we're doing is to download our Java. And that is the link I sent into the chat for everyone. The latest one at the moment is Java 18. And then you download the Java bin. Once you download that, it's a compressed file. You need to unzip it as well because it's a compressed file. And you also need to make sure that depending on the operating system you've got, as you can see, we've got Linux, we've got Mac OS, and we've got Windows. I'm using the Windows laptop, so I'll be clicking on Windows there. And then you click on this x64 installer. Once you click on it, that will download onto your computer. And the path that will download into is, it will go to your C#. And let me just, so let's get this. So this will be in your program files. Because I've already got it, this is what I'm talking about. This is where this will download safely into. And then what we then need to do is to add this part into your environment variables. And to be able to do that, you can just go into the search at the bottom And if you type advanced system settings, it comes up straight away. If you click on that, so you've got environment variables, and under your variables, as you can see, this is my setup. So what you need to do if you haven't got it before is you click new, then you enter Java_home, and the path link, which is at the top here, you copy that in and you click OK. So that will be saved there. And then you also need to set the path into your system variables. So this is your path, which I've highlighted. You click edit at this point in time, then you click new, because if you haven't got it already, then you need to click new. And once you've clicked new, you'll be able to add it here. I already have it, but at this point in time, don't forget, you need to make sure that you've got bin at the back of that. So if we go back, so this is what you need if you're setting it into your environment variables. So part, edit, then slash the bin. I'm going to have to cancel that because I've already got it here. So just walking you through that. And that means that we've got our Java installed. And I said to confirm that you've got that installed, you can type Java C space dash version. That's the version I've got there. And if I wanted to double check where I've got my part, I just need to type Java C. And as you can see, this shows me the Java I've got installed on my computer. So once that is successfully installed, then the other thing we need to be able to set up our framework correctly, because we're going to be using Java Maven with the framework that I did say, which is in Intellij IDEA. So we're going to be going through the slide for how to install Maven as well. Maven is almost the same thing of how you've installed Java. So it would be Maven, just to double check as well, if we've got Maven installed already. Okay, so I'll come back to double checking this Maven. I'm sure I've got it installed, but I'll just check it. Okay, so let me go through the slide of Maven, and then I'll just double check that as well. So with Maven, I'll send you the path as well for that in the chat. So we need to download Maven and extract Maven and set the Maven environment variables and add the bin. So I'll send this as well to the chat. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go slowly because I've got quite a few messages on here that I was really slow. So I was really fast. So I'm going to show the slides again. So to download Java, I've sent the link on there, which I'll resend again. So once you click on that link, you'll be able to get your Java downloaded onto your computer. Once you've got that downloaded onto your computer, this is the part at the top, which will be C# in your C windows, program files, Java, and you'll be able to see the version which you have installed. This is being recorded, so you can always go back to it to install it. Because we're in a class today, I want to make sure that we've got at least the installations done so that in the next class, then we're talking about the framework on getting that set up. I'm also going to send the Java download link onto Telegram as well, if anybody wants to go onto Telegram to get that copied. So what I can do is, let me talk you through how to get this installed. Then if we've got enough time, then we could then make it open for people to then start working on how to get it installed so that at least you're concentrating at the moment. And then once you're getting your downloads done, because downloads at times take a while for it to happen. And if we're going to be taking it one after the other, then that means that we're not going to be able to complete the class. And I want us to be able to complete the class so that we can go to the next class and work on the framework. There's recordings, as I said earlier, so everybody will be able to get a copy and go through it. So I've talked about, I'll just go through the slide quickly again. So once that has been downloaded, then that is the part that you would have for your download, which is the folder location for your Java download. Once you've done that, you can right-click on your computer and you can see properties. If not, right at the bottom of your screen, you can just type advanced system settings, and that will take you straight to, I'll show the slides. As you can see, advanced system settings, and then you'll be able to open up your environment variables. And from your environment variables, you'll then be able to system variables and click new to be able to add your path for Java. And once you're adding your path for Java, make sure that the variable names, they're in capital letter, which will be Java_home. And then the variable values will be your folder path, and you click OK. And once you've done that, you should be able to see the system variables for Java saved successfully. And then what we also need to do is we need to add the path variable as well for Java. And for you to be able to do that, where your Java is installed, at this point in time, what you want to do is you want to click the bin, because you need the bin included in your path to be able to set your variables. And this is what it will look like. So this is the full path for your paths to be saved for the Java. And then you go to your system variables. And as you can see, highlighted in red, there's path. You click edit. Once you click edit, this tab will open up. And because you've got quite a lot of paths already, at the extreme end, that's when you now write the variable for Java. And for you to have that rating, you need percentage, uppercase at this point in time, Java_home, percentage, \bin, and then you click OK. So that will save your path for Java. And once that's done, we can then verify that it's been set up correctly. And for you to do that, you need to open your command prompt. And you can search right at the bottom as well again. If you type CMD, that will bring up your command prompt. And then you'll be able to search Java C space dash version, and it will show you the existing version you've downloaded. And for you to see the path as well, you can type where Java C, and this will show you the full path of where your Java is also installed. So that's the first installation. The second setup you need to then do is Maven, because we're going to be using Maven with our framework with Java. Then for you to download Maven, I've also sent the URL for that. I would like you to listen at the moment, because if we're going to be doing it alongside, we're not going to have ample time for you to be able to make sure that you have got all the installation process. If I've talked about all the installation process and we still have enough time, then we can make it interactive towards the ending, whereby then we can do it at the same time. But let's cover the part whereby we're able to, get our installation setup done, so that next week we just go into the framework proper. I'm also going to send the link for the Maven downloads as well. So that will be https://maven.apache.org/download.cgi. I'll send it into the chat, and I'll also send it to Telegram. So depending on whatever operating system you're using, there's Windows, there's Linux, and there's Mac. I'm using Windows, so I'll be going with the first one, which is Apache-Maven-. This was 3.8. There might have been latest version, so you could download that. -bin.zip, which means that you need to unzip it. And for you to unzip it, you extract it. Once you right click, you'll be able to see extract all, depending on your computer. Some computers you have unzip. So just unzip it and then save it into whichever folder you want it to be saved. I would advise for you to put it into program files as well, just like where you put your Java folder, so that it's easier for you to locate where it is. So you can move the unzip right to your program files as well, Maven, then you put your Apache in there. So once you've done that, the next step, like I said, this is really similar to Java. You go into your environment variables, and in your environment variables, in your system variable, you click new, and then you enter Maven home in capital letter. And then in your variable values, you put the path as well for your Maven Apache. Once you've done that, the next thing is to go into this path. You click edit, and then you enter %Maven underscore home %/bin. So that's where you'll be able to enter your path for that. And then once that is done, to check that you've got the correct version in there, you type mvn --version, and that will show you where your Maven, which version you've got for Maven, and the path as well. As you can see, also it shows your Java as well in here. So that shows everything for you. So what I'm now going to do is, I'm going to go through this, what I've showed you on the slide, go through it manually as well. So this is what you need to download, this Apache-Maven. At the moment, the latest file is 3.8.6-bin.zip. This is what needs to be downloaded onto your computer. Then you unzip it. So I'm just downloading it, although I'll have to have it canceled or not put in the path because I've already got one installed, like I said. But someone said that they're not able to download it, so that's why I'm downloading it at the moment. And like I said, the reason I didn't want us to do it along was due to reasons like this. It does take a while for things like this to be downloaded. So this is it. You can see extract here, or if you right click, I'll just click extract at the top. And for me to move it to my C# program files where I want the Java to be, I just go program files. And what you should do is set up a new folder. I'll show you how to do that before you move it. So let me cancel this actually. So program files, because I want Maven to be there, you just right click on an empty space and you can see new, click folder. It sets up a new folder and then you can enter Maven there so that you can put your new setup there in that folder so that you can understand where it is at. So that's what you need to do. And then you put that into that folder for Maven. So once that is done, safely downloaded, Then you go to your environment variables, as I said earlier. And then you enter the variable name as Maven_home, and you enter your variable paths, which I've just showed you how to set up a folder in there where you've kept your Apache Maven downloads. So that's for that. And for your path, you click on path, and right at the end of it, you then enter percentage Maven. This is in capital letter, _home, percentage, \bin, and you click OK. And for you to verify as well, CMD, and then you type MVN -version. And with this will show you where your path is, the version you've got as well. It also shows you your version for your Java, as well as the path for your Java. So that is for the installation of Maven and to verify your Maven. And also, sometimes, even though you've got your path and system variable as Maven, some computers, not all, but some, might still not show that you've got Maven installed. So I'll also advise that you can also, in your environment variables, when you click on new, then you also enter variable name as M2_home in uppercase as well. The same variable path you put in for your Maven, you also put it in your variable values. And also in your path, you enter it as Maven2_home/bin. So that's percentage, just like what you did with Maven2, just like what you've done here, but instead of having it as Maven, you have it as M2. So either way, both of them still means Maven. It's just that depending on whatever computer you've got, it might not recognize Maven, but it might recognize M2. So that's it, just to be on the safe side. You've got both of them installed, so you definitely know that your Maven works. Once those two, both Java and Maven, has then been installed on your computer and you verified it, what we then need to do is download our framework, which is Intellij. There are different frameworks, but we're going to be focusing more on Intellij IDEA. And for you to be able to do that, I'll also send you this link. So that's https://www.jetbrain.com/idea/download/hash section equals to Windows. I'm going to send this to the chat, and I'm going to also send it to Telegram as well. So once you click on that, you're going to be connecting straight to community. That's what we're going to be using because that's the free version. You click next. And then, as you can see as well, the destination folder also goes to program files. So you know that wherever you're getting your installation for your framework for Java set up, they are all in program files. So it's easily accessible for you. So that's where the destination of your Intellij IDEA Community Edition is also in. Then you click next. If you want to change it to another destination, then you just need to click on browse and do that. And then I would always have my parts so that my part is also done. And then I will normally create a desktop shortcut as well. So it's easy for me to load it up. If not, I can always pin it to the bottom of my screen. As you can see here, I've got it at the bottom of my screen. You click next after that. Then you click install. You click start to install and it start installing it. And once you've done, then you click finish. Once you've done finish, you just click OK. At this point in time, I don't really do anything else. I just go through the normal processes, the prompts I've got on the system. But I just wanted you to see what it would normally be on there. You have to accept the policy. If not, you would not install. So you click continue at the bottom. And if you wanted to share your data to help them improve the systems, then you can click on send user statistics. If not, you click don't send. Then you also have the options to have different themes of how you want it to be. If you want it dark, if you want it light. So you can choose at this point in time. And then once that is completed, this is the screen you'll have. At this point in time, this is Intellij IDEA is safely installed on your computer for us to start any sort of work with regards to automation using Java.